Kaiser with Wellness and Recreation. Welcome back to our Training for Climbing series. Today I am going to take you through a series of exercises to train your core. When most people think about core, they think about just their abs. Abs is so big part of core, but it's not all of your core. So your abs are super important, but also your back, your glutes, your breathing even to an extent is really important for training. And I'm going to take you through some exercises that will train all of that. Today, I am going to take you through 2 exercises on a pull-up bar or a hangboard, 3 exercises on the ground, and 1 breathing exercise. So the first exercise we're gonna do today are leg raises. I will show you how to do a leg raise and then a modification. When you're doing a leg raise, you wanna make sure that you engage your back and you don't want your arms straight, you want them nice and engaged. And you want to try and do all of your exercises as controlled as possible. The modification to that is knee raises. The next exercise we're gonna do is knees to chest. Again, make sure you're engaging that back. Don't have long arms, have engaged arms. If those 2 exercises on the bar are too easy for you, there are some modifications that you can do. One modification is holding everything for longer. Also doing a slow and controlled movement will also make it a lot harder. And then third, you can modify things to do like a flutter kick or an L-sit, down straight, back to an L-sit as many times as possible. The next exercise we're going to do is a modified Russian twist. Place your hands behind you nice and firmly. You can have your hands pointed in or out, whatever is comfortable for you. Lean back, engage your core, and take your feet over an object. The modification to that, if that is too challenging, is to bring 1 foot over your object at a time. And if you need to make it more challenging, you can always lay back further or try with no hands, and that'll make your core work even harder. The next exercise we are going to do is a plank pull through. I'm using a rope bag as my weight, but feel free to use a dumbbell or a backpack or anything else that will work. Get in your plank position, make sure your wrists are square underneath your shoulders, and you're going to grab your rope bag, you're gonna pull it through. You can also push it through as well. If this is too challenging, you can always drop to your knees. And if that is too easy for you, you can always raise a leg and then do the same thing. The last thing we are going to talk about today is breathing. Breathing is so important for climbing and for training for climbing because it really allows you to work some parts of your core that you don't usually do. I'm going to take you through an exercise today called prone breathing. And this is a great thing to do if you're stressed in the morning when you wake up to enhance your lung function and also to train for climbing and focus on that breath. I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to fold them one on top of the other, and I'm going to rest them on my forehead on the ground, and I'm going to lay in a flat prone position. I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose, and I'm going to exhale through my mouth. When I inhale, I really want to make sure that I am expanding my lungs, expanding my core, expanding everything as much as possible. And when I exhale, I am going to really constrict those muscles to practice getting all of that breath out in a whooshing kind of way. So breathing in. Exhale. In this exercise, you want to do for about 1 to 2 minutes, and you can do this every day or as much or as little as you would like. To create a training routine that works your core, it is important to stay consistent with your workout. I recommend doing about 2 training days for core a week. The way that I like to do this is I prefer repetitions to time, however you can do both. I would suggest if you're going to do repetitions, start with doing 10 reps of each exercise and do 2 times through the entire circuit. If you like to do timed workouts, I would say start with doing 30 seconds of movement, about 10 seconds of rest, and if that's too easy, you can increase your time, or if that's too challenging, you can decrease your time. Also, consistency is key with climbing workouts. You really need to make sure that you're doing this on a regular basis so that you can work on your muscles and continue to get stronger. If you stop for too long, just like climbing, unfortunately we'll lose some of our strength. So if you stay on top of it and be excited about your workout, that'll definitely help you out. And also make sure you have fun with your workout. If you are not having fun, or if you don't like one of our exercises, make sure you switch it with a new exercise or do a modification that will work better for you. And because it's so hot today, I'm sweating, we need to make sure that we're hydrating and we're eating properly before a training workout. I highly recommend making sure you have water with you at all times, hydrating before, during, and after your workout, as well as eating good carbohydrates, sugars, and salts to maintain good physical body strength throughout your entire workout. Make sure that you check out the links in this video. I have written out a workout for you if you want to follow what we did today, but on a sheet of paper that you can take outside or to the gym with you. Thank you so much for joining us on our training for climbing workout that is focusing on core today. If you liked this video, come join us again next time for our next training for climbing series. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave comments below, and go Pack!